Hello everyone, my name is Arjun Doti. I'm a solution architect focused on data lakes and data warehouse. In today's video, we'll explore the key features and benefits of Redshift serverless and how it can help your organization store and analyze large amount of data quickly and cost effectively. We'll cover topics such as features, performance and cost control, backup pricing as well as a live demo, and how to set up and use Redshift serverless. Amazon Redshift allows to easily to run and scale analytics without having to manage data warehouse infrastructure. We want you to focus on insights while we take care of infrastructure needs for you. Amazon Redshift automatically and intelligently provisions capacity for your most unpredictable and demanding workloads, and you pay only for what you use. AWS takes care of the rest: automatic scaling, automatic patching, automatic failover, backup and recovery, routine maintenance, security, and industrial compliance. First of all, don't worry about the data warehouse management. It takes a few seconds to get started with data warehousing. Experience consistency, high performance even as your system scales up and down automatically. When your data warehouse is idle, you pay nothing. You can even set your own spend limits so that the system doesn't scale beyond what you can pay for. And the data lake queries become a lot more native in serverless. From a customer point of view, what really matters is whether I'm querying the data that is loaded into the data warehouse or I'm querying an open format data from S3 data lake. Everything is uniform, everything is treated same as billed in the same way, which translates into a much simplified pricing for Redshift. With Redshift serverless, you pay for compute and storage separately. Compute capacity is measured in RPUs, that is Redshift processing units, and you pay for the capacity for the workload duration on a per second basis. Serverless automates the capacity management by making the right sizing decision and scales the capacity elastically and automatically based on the workloads. One RPU has 16 GB of memory with corresponding CPU and networking. For data, you pay for data stored in Redshift managed storage and the existing fixed GB month rate. There is no separate charge for automatic optimization, such as automatic sort, automatic vacuum, and they are rolled into the RPU price. We also do not charge for system table queries done by the Amazon Redshift console. By default, Redshift serverless automates the capacity management, but if you need to control on performance and cost, we can optionally use base and max settings. Base allows you to specify the base data warehouse capacity Amazon Redshift uses to serve queries. Base capacity is specified in Redshift processing units (RPUs). Setting higher base compute capacity can improve the query performance, especially for data processing and ETL extract load transform jobs that process large amount of data and perform transformations and enrichment. Max allow you to specify the usage limits and define actions that Amazon Redshift automatically takes if those limits are reached to maintain your budget with predictability. Max is specified in RPU hours and is associated with a daily, weekly, or monthly duration. You can adjust the base and max from the Amazon Redshift Management Console or by invoking Amazon Redshift API. Amazon Redshift Serverless offers two backup options: recovery points and snapshots. Recovery points in Amazon Redshift Serverless are automatically created every 30 minutes and retained for 24 hours at no additional cost, allowing users to in time travel back to any point within the last day, while recovery points beyond 24 hours can manually configured for extended data protection. Snapshots must be manually created or scheduled and can be retained indefinitely. They are billed as backup storage at standard Amazon S3 rates until they expire or they deleted. Amazon Redshift Serverless has decoupled compute as workgroup and storage as namespace. Workgroup is a collection of compute resources that manages and isolates workloads in Amazon Redshift Serverless. Workgroup groups together compute-related elements such as RPUs, VPC, subnet groups, and security groups. A namespace is a collection of database objects and users. Namespace groups together such as schemas, tables, users, AWS keys for data encryption, data shares, and recovery points. Getting started with serverless is easy. Just few clicks, you can start deploying Redshift serverless. Get into AWS console, search for Redshift, click on Amazon Redshift, When you create and use your serverless data warehouse for the first time, a $300 credit towards Redshift serverless usage is applied to your account. In Redshift serverless, you'll get two options to deploy. One is default settings and customized settings. We'll go with customized settings. Namespace is a collection of database objects and users, such as schemas, tables, AWS keys. Let's provide the namespace as demo-namespace. Database name in the Amazon Redshift serverless environment. The initial database is created upon deployment. After this initial setup, users can create additional database as needed. Customize admin user credentials. Amazon Redshift can integrate with AWS Secrets Manager to generate and manage your admin credentials inside an encrypted secret. Amazon Redshift generates an admin password or manually add admin password. The password must be 8 to 64 characters long, contains at least one uppercase letter and one lowercase letter and one number. Permissions associate an IAM role to enable data load and unload operations in Amazon Redshift. This allows execution of SQL commands and access to related services like S3, SageMaker. Without this role, SQL commands cannot be run. Create a IAM role. You'll get three options: no access to an S3 bucket, access to all S3 buckets, and specify S3 bucket. So we'll go with any S3 bucket. Let's create the IAM role. Security and encryption. Data is encrypted by default with an AWS owned key. We'll go with the default settings. Redshift can export user connection and user activity logs to a log group in Amazon CloudWatch logs, which you can use for further analysis or metrics. Workgroup is a collection of compute resources such as RPUs, VPC, subnet groups, and security groups. Let's provide a workgroup name as demo-workgroup. Capacity is measured in RPUs, Redshift processing units. Let's go with the base capacity as 8. Network and security. Redshift supports IP version 4 and 6. Let's go with IP version 4. Select the VPC. Select default security group. And Redshift requires at least 3 subnets. So we'll select subnet 1, 2, and 3. Turn on enhanced VPC routing. It improves network performance and security across AWS environment. And save configuration to deploy Redshift serverless. Click on continue and you will find the Redshift serverless dashboard. Once you refresh, you will find the namespace and you will find the associated work group with the namespace. Let's click on the namespace. You'll find the namespace information here, namespace name, namespace ID, date it was created, and the default database name and associated work group. Click on actions. You will find delete namespace, manage tags, and you can edit admin credentials here. And you can configure cross-region backup. Let's click on the work group. This is the work group homepage. Here you will find the namespace associated and the work group name and the date it was created and the status of the work group. And these are the endpoints to connect to Redshift serverless. The host name followed by port number, database name, and these are the JDBC URL, NodeDBC URL to connect to Redshift serverless. In network and security, you will find the VPC endpoints, security groups, and subnets. On or off enhanced VPC routing. Enabling public accessibility allows instances and devices outside the VPC to connect through the cluster endpoint. Scrolling to the top, on the right side, you'll find the query data. Amazon Redshift Query Editor v2 is a web-based SQL client that simplifies data exploration and analysis. It allows users to execute and query, create visualizations, and collaborate seamlessly. Query Editor offers multiple connection options to connect to database using federated user or database username and password, and AWS Secrets Manager. For this demo, we'll connect the database using federated user. Click on Create Connection. Once connected, we can navigate to database. You will see the development database which was deployed during the deployment of Redshift serverless, and this is a public schema, and you will find the tables and views under the public schema. So let's go ahead and create the database DemoDB and go ahead and refresh the database. You will find the database and the default public schema inside the database. And you can find all the tables, views, procedures, functions under the schema. In the same manner, we can go ahead and create the one more schema. Let's create the account schema under the DemoDB database. Once it's created, you will find the tables, views, functions, and other procedures. Redshift provides a sample database called Ticket, designed to help analysts to track sales activities for a ticket selling website. Let's create a sample database. This database consists of 7 tables, including 2 fact tables and 5 dimension tables. Let's right-click on Users Table and select to preview the user data in tabular view. Let's navigate to Users Table in Redshift to explore its column, description, data type, and compression settings. That concludes our introductory overview of Amazon Redshift serverless features and deployment. The next demo will take an in-depth look at how to import data from external sources into Amazon Redshift. Thank you all.